Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. It is Monday night, and your boys from the Roundtable Pros and Podcast. It is me, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, joined by the HMIC, the returning mixologist, what's up, Skip with Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Night Raw recap. And Julian, I retained the Roundtable Pro.
Yes, you retained, and you retained by a hefty margin. You retained by a full 15 points.
Right. I was excited.
You almost completely, perfectly booked. I think it was Judgment Day match. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And also some of the side stipulations on the men's Elimination Chamber match.
Babyface ran in from the casino. Shane Husky wasting all his money down there at the Oregon coast.
Oh,
yeah.
That's where they're spending money.
Hey, but before we start, I want to give a shout out to the Closser family. When I came to Portland, Oregon, many years ago, before I had my daughter, I worked for a company called NWWA. The mods on the road.
Mods in the room.
I worked for a company called NWWA, and Dan
Is that
Closser.
Northwest Wrestling Alliance?
Yes.
Oh, how about that? Look at me.
Dan Closser was a promoter at the time, and promoter owner, gimmick name Dan the Man. Baby girl just cheered 10 bits. Shout out to baby girl. Hey, she's gonna offer. Look, we're gonna do a live auction for some WWE memorabilia. Thanks to baby girl killer right there. But before we continue, so Dan Closser had been around running NWWA for a while. Various wrestlers have come through NWWA. Everybody has come through. If one of the jackpot, Taco Bell for all. Many wrestlers have come through NWWA, and last night, his daughter Deborah, we affectionately know her as Dink. She sent me a message with the information to go visit her dad. He was in the hospital. He had been in the hospital for about 2 weeks, and it wasn't looking so good. Dan Closser and I had a falling out some years back, and I'm one of those guys that respect in the industry, respect as a person means a lot to me. And I may not respect it a lot that Dan did when it came to wrestling, but as a person, Dan was a great guy. That guy helped me when I was unsure about being a parent. I was unsure about being a dad. That guy pulled me to the side, told me to get my dick out the dirt, grow up and be a man, and helped me out a lot. So Dan passed away last night around this time. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to the Closser family, Deborah, her mom, Deborah, and Dan Jr. and Sandra Klosser and everyone else involved in that family. A shout out to them. Losing a family member is rough. It's hard. Losing a parent is rough. Trust me, I'm there. I know that. So for you who do have your parents, your mom, your dad, stepfather, stepmother, whatever, go fucking hug them. Tomorrow is not promised. If you have heat, if you're mad about something, you have drama, and this wrestling business is bullshit when it comes to that, get over your fucking self. Don't go to bed angry. Don't be the type. I mean, I can fight with my family members and be pissed off, but I would never go to bed out telling them I love them because tomorrow isn't promised. So, with that being said, I want to do a quick 10 bell for Dan Klosser. A lot of people are dealing with this in their way. Me being a podcaster and a professional wrestler, this is how we deal with it. So I want to go ahead and do that. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give me 10 seconds of your undivided attention. Yeah. And I do gotta tell you guys, I am so sick and fucking tired of this 10 bell. It is February 20th. February 20th, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot have any more fucking people die this year. So please take care of yourself. Go hug somebody. Go hug a tree. Go hug something. But fuck, man. Let's all fucking love each other and just get over this hump. COVID took a lot from us. And now just shit. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we got some cool WWE figures coming our way. Do a live auction.
All right.
Go subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy. You can do it for
Are we
free.
gonna get some like pieces of the mat, like Rey Mysterio's sock? I mean, what's up?
Whoa! Ex-con Dom ain't gonna let us get no Rey Mysterio stock. We might get Dom's CDC number. We never know.
Wow. Hey, shout out to ex-con Dom for once again taking the time to shit on his dad during a promo.
Man, dude. He wasn't. Yo, ex-con Dom was not fucking around.
Hey, anytime he opened his mouth,
it's
like my deadbeat dad.
I'm giving you and selling, but so far I've made $80. Good job. Shit.
Sweet.
Yeah, make that money, girl. Don't let that money make you. Diamond. You know where that's from. Players Club, baby. Oh, man. Sometimes I kill myself. Anyway, yeah, man, this Monday Night Raw is really fucking lackluster, man. I mean,
lackluster's being nice. Okay. I will say this. From the start of the show, even the Sammy segment, everything seemed to be about 3 seconds off.
Okay. So I thought maybe it was just me.
Everything was.
I thought my TV was off or something. I was like,
yeah, like I thought maybe like
again.
I thought Sling was like pause and stop.
Bro, I thought I was watching WWE in Spanish. Because shit, that was making sense.
So the whole well, shit from the beginning. So Sammy coming out, the Ottawa audience not being quite as hot as Montreal, kind of. I mean, he wanted them to give them time to cheer, but they were kind of like they couldn't get the cheer together. they just it just wasn't coming together. And then he starts talking, and then finally KO comes out, and KO kind of has his say about why he didn't help Sammy and why he hates.
I didn't understand,
but it was. I'm not a face, I'm not a heel, I'm not against you necessarily.
This fell so
For
flat.
you, but I hate the bloodline.
This fell so flat to me. And honestly,
It
I was
was-
a little like, why are we going? Why?
It
You already
seemed,
shit the bed.
it seemed like a total, like almost derailment from this past weekend. So like I can only say that it was disjointed, like it just didn't come off right. And then to bring out Baron Corbin to attack Sammy.
Can we not talk about that? I don't ever want to talk about Baron Corbin again.
Dude, I thought the first thing that came to my mind was like the old Vince days when it was like, well, this angle's over. Let's put him in feud of Baron Corbin. Send out Corbin. Okay. When Baron Corbin came out, I was in the other room and he started talking on the mic. And I was like, shit, somebody drunk on the mic? What's going on out here?
Right?
Dude was slurring I thought he was slurring his words. That's what it sounded like to me. And I was like, is Baron Corbin, are they doing like the dejected drunk angle? Like I'm coming to the ring and I'm mad and JBL dumped me, so I've been drinking and I'm back to being broke. I mean, no, he sounded like he was drinking. His his speech was slurred, and then everyone's tending to Sammy, and then finally Adam Pearce is like, well, yeah, go get him.
Okay, this whole thing was off for me, like from the start. Sammy comes out, gets his pop, calls out Kevin Owens. They do the spot with Kevin Owens. Okay, it's over and done with. Let it go. It's dead, right? There is no story behind it.
This was like, I mean, Kevin kind of said why I hate the bloodline and why I'm mad at you, but there was no like, okay, where do we go from here? So I'm going to say things that are going to make you anticipate watching SmackDown, or I'm going to say something that's going to maybe give you an idea as to what I want to do at Mania. And none of that happened. And
I don't even want to watch SmackDown. Like, I'm so disingenuous. Like, I'm over this. I'm fucking over it.
Is, I understand that. Okay, before you used to go straight from Rumble to Mania, and they're like, all right, we need to put a pay-per-view in between to kind of connect the dots and kind of help the stories keep going. And so in the past, I mean, the pay-per-view in the middle has been kind of like, filler. But I mean, this Elimination Chamber actually had some stakes to it, and it had some big matches. And so now we're coming out off of Elimination Chamber. Sammy's hot. He looked phenomenal. The crowd was hot for him. He was the hometown hero. That place exploded for him. He didn't come off looking like a loser in any way, shape, or form. And we still have to address Jay. We got to address Jimmy. We got to address
so
KO was there.
But KO did say, get your buddy Jimmy to help you, or your buddy Jay to help you. Okay, so throwing verbal jabs, if they don't make sense, don't throw them. That'd be like me saying, you know what, Julian? Why don't you have your homeboy Jose Cuervo come help you? Okay. Why the fuck did I just say that? Did that make sense? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sammy points to the WrestleMania sign. So that's, in my opinion, that was him saying, let's go after the bloodline at WrestleMania, right? That would have made more sense. What we got was, why don't you have your boy Jay help you?
So this is what was kind of supposed to happen. Sammy was supposed to apologize to KO and pretty much say, hey, all that stuff you said about the bloodline was right. They did turn on me. I was a bad friend. I treated you like shit. I'm sorry. Hey, let's go after the bloodline together. That was the basics of what they were trying to say. But they didn't want Sammy to apologize too vehemently to KO because he's such a hot baby face and they don't want him to lose his heat.
Okay.
but that is heat. I mean, you know, the reconciling, putting the emotion behind it, the reasoning, the whole story of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I mean, the fight forever. I mean, these guys are always going to be back and forth in each other's throats, but it never came across to that point. And so you never really had that, hey, come on, be my partner. Let's do this together. That he kind of suggested it, but you know, it didn't really get
I
over
was
the
waiting
crowd.
for the hug.
Oh, that didn't happen.
I needed the hug to happen. I needed that fucking hug to happen. Like for what you did to me Saturday night, playing those emotional games with me.
Yeah.
And then you didn't give me what I wanted. Like I was like, yo, where's best friends? You gotta give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
So the fans got fucked. And
pretty much.
Not only did we get fucked, but we got fucked and laughed at today. Because Triple H is in the back like, ha, 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 I bet you idiots thought this was going to work out. Guess what? Nope. Ding dong. Hello. That's pretty much what I got today.
We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, we already fucking knew that was coming. But I don't like the way they strung us along and then there was no payoff. It's like watching a fucking horror movie and the killer turns out to be Scooby-Doo.
Hey, I bet you they're going to kind of redo that segment on SmackDown to fix what kind of.
But here's the thing. Wrong. Yeah, let them do it on SmackDown. But guess what? Ain't nobody going to fucking care. Oh. No one's going to care. It's like AEW. Tony Khan's like, I got this big announcement I'm going to make on Wednesday night. Maybe he'll announce Forbidden Door too. Maybe he'll announce that CM Punk's coming back. Or maybe he'll announce that Ring of Honor is going to be on Honor Club. Or maybe he's going to announce that he hates Ariel Helwani. Who fucking knows?
Maybe he'll announce that he apologizes and really does think that Tony Schiavone's a good, unbiased journalist.
That fucking sucks. If I was Tony, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm out. Pay me more.
I didn't get that part of the tweet. Like, why are you shitting on Tony?
Shitting on your own person.
Like, are you heel tweeting or you just being a dick? Like, why are you shitting on Tony?
Well, you know, some people are stupid. Anyway, I didn't understand the segment. Hopefully you can help me understand it because sometimes your takes are better. This was a night where shit just was not coming together. It was off step. Everything was off by a step or two. And I mean everything. I mean, the cameraman, the people being on point to say their lines, the Asuka match with Nikki Cross. I was like, this is horrible. Like, what's going on here? It's almost like someone told them backstage, oh shit, hey, we got some free time coming up, like 20 minutes during a commercial and after. Hey, you and you go have a match. We're going to talk about that match because there's something that happened in that match that I put in our group chat I was thoroughly upset with. And we'll talk about that. But there was plenty to be. But, I mean, well, there's one thing dramatically. Okay. And Kevin Dunn, you motherfucker, it was all your fault. Because Kevin Dunn, it was all Kevin Well Done's fault. Because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He switched the camera at the wrong time. But we'll get to that. What do you think about the next match? Let's go to the next match. Okay. So just FYI, Baron Corbin got buried again tonight. Well, didn't get buried, but he one more nail in the coffin. What was the next match? What was the next match? We went Baron Corbin and let me pull this up. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do this. While Julian is pulling that up, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We will be right back after this. And we are back.
And we're back.
Oh, man. All right, Julian, what you got for us?
So after Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, we had that backstage segment with Rhea Ripley and Dom.
Oh, that's what it was.
And I don't even remember what question they asked Rhea Ripley, but Dom just chimed in, and he was like, "Yeah, just like my deadbeat dad, Rey Mysterio."
He was saying, so you're going to be meeting Charlotte Flair face to face this Friday on SmackDown. And so she was like, what are you going to say to Charlotte Flair? And he was like, I got this, mommy. She's going to go out there and she's going to do what mommy does best. And you know what? I think my deadbeat dad has a match Friday too. Maybe I should go say hello.
Every time, man.
Dom is too much, man. He is too much. He is too much.
I don't understand why they're calling her the Eradicator.
Well, okay.
I mean, during the whole Death of Superman storyline, that was like the ancient Kryptonian artifact that showed up with the Star Trek glasses. And
yeah. He was the artificial AI of the Kryptonian crystal. Shout out to New Wrestling Fan 3 Fun. Just subscribed for 3 months in a row. Thank you.
All right, come on in, Wrestling Fan.
I love that. I love that. The Eradicator.
Oh. So next, we got a interview with Austin Theory backstage. And all right, so at the beginning, during the pre-show of Elimination Chamber, Austin Theory, I think, pulled up in his car or something, or he walked up.
What is his little walk that he does? Like, he
it's a strut.
Saunters.
It's a strut.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but it looks like he's got something stuck in his ass.
And they were like, hey, Austin Theory, how do you feel about the guys in the Elimination Chamber? And he was like, I'm in there with a bunch of losers. I'm in there with Damian Priest. He's the next United States champion, but nobody remembers that, really, because of me.
That was just last week.
And he went like one by one shitting on everybody. And I'm listening to the promo and I was like, damn, dude, like, are you going to elevate one person? Like, he just went through and just shit on everybody. So I think someone had to talk with him because during this interview segment, he started talking about, his competition in the Elimination Chamber. Everybody was so good. And he was putting them over. I was like, man, someone must have pulled him aside and be like, hey, motherfucker.
Get your shit right. You're like, bro,
better drink a glass of get right and, fix what you said before.
Well, we talked about this a lot on this podcast. Yes. If I wrestle you and I shit on you the whole time and then I beat you, who did I beat?
Who did I beat?
So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes these young kids, and I say young kids in this industry because it's always the youngsters that are so boisterous when it comes to smashing on a vet to make themselves look good. You can talk all the shit you want. That's great. Talk all the shit you want. But when you beat someone, who did you beat? Nobody.
Correct.
So yeah, I totally understand what you mean by that. I totally get it, 1,000%. But let's go. Okay, let's go to this women's match. Let's go ahead and get this Oscar match out of the way. I really want to get this out of the way because I was thoroughly pissed off at a spot. There was a spot where Oscar sets Nikki Cross up. And she goes to kick the turnbuckle, to kick Nikki Cross against the ring post. And this match was so slow that she says in perfect English, "Hey, move." And when she goes to do the kick, Nikki heard her and moved, and she kicks the ring post really hard, right? Nikki rolls her in the ring and says, "Are you okay?" No accent. "Are you okay?" Asuka goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, did anyone else fucking hear that? Like, you just pull the fucking veil away so everybody.
Okay, so here's the thing. We live in the age of 4K, and not only has the video gotten better, but also so has the sound. And they leave that sound on so they could hear like Roman Reigns trash talking his opponents in the corner, and it makes for good segments.
Mm-hmm.
But no one tells them to turn it off. And it might be one of those, oh, I don't want to miss somebody talking, in between or saying like, "Move, bitch," or "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you," or something like that. But there are certain times when you just kind of need to tone down the sensitivity of that mic so you don't hear people saying, "Okay, DDT spot."
If I throw you to the ring, to the guardrail, and I say, "Julian, duck, knee," right? Or in wrestling terminology, would say Chinese food, duck, knee, right? If I say, "Julian, duck, knee," or if I say, "Hey, duck two, take the knee on the third go," that loud in the fucking camera, looking right at the camera and smiling. People complain about this on the indies. All you WWE stands out there, WWE never has botch. They'll never botch. Oh, it's only AEW that does botches. No, bro. Tonight's show was nothing but fucking botches.
Tonight's show was. I mean, they do qualify as botches because, for example, that DDT that Nikki Cross took off the top rope didn't look like it was. I mean, it looked like it was supposed to be a suplex, and
it wasn't.
You know what? It really looked like. I mean, these two just had no chemistry tonight. They just weren't gelling. It wasn't like moving along slowly. I'm not going to say that they were fighting each other. Like no, I want to do this. No, we're going to do it. It was just, it wasn't working out.
It's really awkward.
It just wasn't working out.
This was the most awkward show in the last couple of months. And we say, remember when Raw was getting really good? We were so excited. Now Raw has gone back to really awful wrestling.
So, I mean, what I'll say is this show in particular was, I can't say the writing was bad. I can't say that the action was bad. It was everybody was off by like 3 beats.
That maybe you're right.
Like everybody was off by 3 beats. There was, and here's the thing, in live TV, and especially during wrestling, where timing is everything, 3 seconds is an eternity. Yeah. So when Becky Lynch and Lita grabbed the tag titles from Io and Dakota and then held them up.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how long it took for anything else to happen. And they took them and they held them up. 1, 2, 3.
And they were like,
then
"Oh my god, what are
Arnie's-
you doing?" Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then somebody pushed him, and then Bailey just fucking sells the
couch.
falling
Yeah.
back into the chair.
Io looked at her like, "Why are we falling?" Like,
Yeah.
look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go back and start saying it all over again. We watch Raw, so you don't have to. Because welcome to the Triple H era. No, honestly, bro, I think Vince is back there booking still. Because then we get Dolph Ziggler versus Mustafa Ali. Okay. Mustafa Ali backstage.
I would have preferred it if
I say
Mustafa
my
Ali
prayers
was
and eat my
talking to
vitamins.
somebody.
Yes. If I say my prayers and eat my vitamins and I smile, then he comes on, he's like praying and shaking people's hands and, oh, look at me, I'm smiling. Shaking people's hands, I'm smiling. I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? And then they have a match that literally goes 3 minutes. And it was a good exchange. Move. And the finish, when he goes to hit the famouser, and he hits the handstand, and then he turns right into a fucking crucifix pin. I'm like, you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of of the Rewind show we did with the Renegade versus Paul Orndorff. Because I was like, what the fuck? What just fucking happened?
So here's the thing. Out of all these matches we saw tonight that went to commercial and went to picture-in-picture, they should have gave that time to these two, because these two, given 10, 15 minutes, would have put on a banger of a show. I mean, these two are great in the ring. They're good together. We've seen them before. They're both great performers, but they're like, hey, you get 3 minutes. I mean, these are the two who deserve 15 minutes.
Give them the 20 minutes.
The other two matches by half.
Like for instance, we get Otis versus, we get Chad Gable versus Jonah. What is his name? Bronson Reed. Another squash match. Then we get Elias, who, in my opinion, came out as a heel because he was like, "You better be back there taking notes." Like he was talking like a fucking bad
Well,
guy.
he's been doing that for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, but like tonight he really did come out like an asshole. And he pointed to the WrestleMania sign, and he goes, "Who has the balls to come and face?" Bobby Lashley comes out, no referee.
And
Bobby Lashley comes out, spears him, and then cuts a promo talking shit.
Okay, and so this was when I knew this shit was about to go downhill. When Bobby went to the ringside and they were like, "Here's the mic, Bobby."
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when people disrespect me.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of the boys in the back think they're going to disrespect me, I'm going to show you what's coming. Because I don't take any disrespect from the boys in the back.
I was like, that was a waste of my time. Dude.
And then
I don't
we
know.
get MVP. And then we get MVP. MVP says, yeah, you, Brock Lesnar, you disrespected Bobby Lashley. He had you in the hurt lock. You couldn't get out, so you panicked and you kicked him in the nuts. So for that,
you gotta face Omos. My text in our group chat was, what the fuck? Why Bobby versus Omos?
Let me holler at your player. You about to go 1-on-1 with the Nigerian giant Omos.
I didn't understand why.
And I was like, what? Really?
Look,
Okay.
I literally looked at the screen and blinked twice because I was not safe. I was blinking twice.
Dude, as much as I joked about Omos versus Goldberg,
it was your fault. This is all your fault. Shane even said it. Shane said they didn't have Omos. They didn't have Goldberg, but they got Brock Lesnar. We basically will have we got the match that you wanted.
You know the bad part is this is just me being a fucked up individual. When he said Goldberg versus Omos, I was like, shit, man, what did Goldberg do? I mean, what did Brock do? Like, did Brock legit piss somebody off? Like,
Right?
I mean, I know money's money. He's getting paid, but
Yeah. Don't worry,
you
Julian.
kick Lashley the nuts, so we're going to punish
you pretty good Saturday.
Maybe
Shout out to the man who only sins on Sunday. He only sins on Sunday.
Only sins on Sunday.
Only on Sunday. But yeah, he showed up. He showed up and showed out. Only on Sundays. On Saturday.
Thank you, Sinner.
Yeah, man. Sinner. Look, I gotta ask Sinner. I'm gonna ask Sinner this question because he was there. Sinner, what do you think about Bobby Lashley turning heel? What do you think about Omos versus Brock Lesnar next week on Raw? Because we're on the road to WrestleMania, player.
But it's just that Omos is just a taller Kofi Kingston.
You know what this reminded me of? This whole show. It finally, with all the squash matches that we had tonight, with all the squash matches that. Okay, look, let me explain this message right here before we go any further. Omos versus Brock will be better than me versus Roman's gray hair. During the main event of this last pay-per-view Elimination Chamber, both Sinner and I were watching the show, and we were talking about it. We were getting into the match, and Sinner goes, "Is that a gray hair? Just one single gray hair just out there?" I was like, "Yeah." The whole match, just one straggly gray hair was just chilling, and Roman would fucking flip his hair back, and boom, that one gray hair was not going anywhere. For the last 15 minutes of the match, all we could talk about was the gray hair. The whole match was overshadowed by Roman's one strand gray hair. Like, you ain't got no friends backstage that can't pluck your gray hair? Nah. The Usos ran to the ring doing their shit. Neither one of them motherfuckers can pluck your gray hair.
Man, you can't pull gray hairs, man. It rules wisdom.
Psh, man. He got Paul Heyman. That's the only wise man he need. Paul Heyman had no scraggly gray hair.
Oh, shit. Paul Heyman could snip it and
we're going to talk about Paul Heyman tonight, though. I can't wait to see Paul Heyman versus Brandy Rhodes on the mic against each other.
Oh, man. Ever?
That's going to be... He should have...
Ever?
Oh, Sinner. It was great having you on the show, man. It was... I never laughed so hard about a gray hair in my life, man. Yeah, so this whole thing, man, I'm sorry, but I really was not feeling this wrestling challenge. That's what this was. This wasn't Monday Night Raw. This is motherfucking wrestling challenge.
You know what, though?
Sunday morning at 11 o'clock.
If you broke this show down hour by hour, you would have Live Wire, Wrestling Challenge, and what was the other one? They got
Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be like 3 recap shows, and you could do all the voiceover you want and just like show the matches.
No, this wasn't a 1993 episode of Raw because 1993 Raw was actually good. This was worse than pandemic era Raw. Like this was some horrible shit tonight. You know what I mean? We get Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman. Cody in the ring, Paul Heyman wearing a neck brace with both belts. And Cody's like, Paul, he goes, "Excuse me, Mr. Heyman, where are you at?" "Well, I'm backstage." "Okay, so you're backstage with both belts. Where the fuck is Roman?"
Yeah. In an undisclosed location.
I'd have been like,
10,000.
I'm at your mom's house. Sammy gets over, put him in a ring with Baron. That killed it. Yep, that's true. I just think that this was a huge waste of time. Cody's promo, like Cody is a great storyteller. Heyman's a great storyteller. But what Triple H is trying to do is recapture that fucking personal story from 3 weeks ago.
Well,
that was
because they know that we've got 6 weeks until Mania, and we need to get there. Like we need to get there, and Roman beat Sammy, so a large chunk of the story is kind of gone. We need to get the next part about the tag teams and the relationship with Jimmy and Jay and Roman. And So going back to a few things we discussed in chat. For those you don't remember, at WrestleMania, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in 2021, winner Jey Uso.
I totally forgot about that. That would have been a Wednesday night trivia question. I would have failed on that shit.
You know who won in 2022?
Baron Corbin.
Madcap Moss.
Oh, that's right. Madcap did win. That's right.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Baron Corbin won the year before, 2020.
Yeah. And so also when Roman Reigns was in the Shield, who was the first person to pin him?
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso.
I remember that match.
Survivor Series match.
He did with the splash.
So there's a lot of little. So Roman has beat Jey twice already for the. Or Jey has challenged twice for the championship since this last reign, and Roman has beat him twice. Might be a third one coming up.
Who has won the Andre Battle Royal and actually accomplished it? Jey Uso.
Jey Uso.
Main event Jey Uso, undisputed tag team champion, longest
Were you
reign
not
ever.
watching SmackDown this past week when Madcap challenged Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship?
Oh, that was a big meaty man slap meat match. I gotta admit.
That was a good match.
Your boy Madcap did put in some work.
I mean, Baron Corbin has had let's put it like this. If I could have the wrestling career that Baron Corbin had, I would take it.
You know what? I would too. Wait a minute. No, I wouldn't. I've accomplished more in my wrestling career than Baron Corbin.
Me? Since I've accomplished nothing, I take it. Because it's better than nothing. He's had a steady paycheck for 20 years now? How long has he been there?
Jay's the only one. Madcap's flat. Corbin is flat. Cesaro is the Ring of Honor World Champion, so he did something. Another company. Big Show slowing down.
Hey, Big Show's a multi-time champion.
Yeah, but after he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, he didn't do shit. At least he had like Mark Henry talking about the time of talking is over. Like that's all them motherfuckers. That's all he's good for now.
Hey, at least he's doing something.
He ain't racist like Booker T. That's all right. And by the way, thank you very much for not adding Booker T in the Black History. Your Black History Daily Black. Don't do it. Booker hates black people. He does not need to be in the Black History Month.
I had him as part of Harlem Heat.
Oh yeah, that's right. And you know what? You had Black Cheese on there twice.
I did.
I just realized you had Black Cheese on there twice.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was making that list of celebrities, I was like, who else is there? I had forgotten about LT completely.
Oh my God, how did you forget about Lord Taylor? William Refrigerator Perry too, bro.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
WrestleMania.
So there was a bunch of just football players in that battle royal anyway.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 1 and 2 were celebrity packed. I mean, you had Mr. T in the main event. You had Muhammad Ali as a special referee. You had Joe Frazier was in Mr. T's corner. I mean, they had just celebrities upon celebrities.
That was WrestleMania.
And if you all, for anybody who shits on Dominic Mysterio, if you really want to see the worst frog splash ever, type in Snoop and AEW into YouTube and see what comes up.
Snoop fell off the top rope. Okay, it wasn't a frog splash. He fell.
Yeah. Woo, boy.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But let's talk about something else. I want to get this out because I've been talking like this all day with everybody else. Look, compare Lashley to you bullshit. You lying motherfucker. You are going to hell. You are going to look. Go back, ladies and gentlemen. Go back and watch the fucking podcast from this Saturday. You will see that Sinner, that lying son of a bitch,
gangster.
Sinner said that Bobby Lashley was a modern day Zeus. I said, are you out of your fucking mind? As a matter of fact, he got muted for a whole 2 minutes because of that comment.
You know what?
Don't you dare!
If you gave Bobby Lashley the,
I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you do it. Don't you dare! Don't you dare disrespect Bobby Lashley. Because didn't you just hear Bobby Lashley say he gonna beat somebody's ass in the locker room for disrespecting him? No, Julian. I'm reading your lips. The answer is no.
Craig.
Small ring home.
Y'all some ballers.
Oh man.
What you mean? My money.
Sinner, you're going to hell for that. So you just sinned on Monday. You just sinned on Monday. Here comes Lashley. Put your belts away.
Can you imagine someone be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna tuck mine in."
Right. My chain. What chain? Smart by Punk.
Oh, it's like it's both arms.
You'll get your ass knocked out too, Craig.
Go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Okay. But is Cedric Smokey? Welcome back there taking a shit.
Oh my God.
Hey, but for real though, in honor of Black History Month. Okay. Black Wrestling Excellence posted on Twitter. On Instagram today. The top male Black wrestlers. Let me see if I can find that. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a quick commercial break. I'm going to find that post.
You got to put up the picture.
I got to put it up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back.
You got to
go find this post.
Yeah.
Back. I found it.
Yes.
Hold Hold on, let me see if I can get it to work. Oh man. Look, ladies and gentlemen.
It seems that Hit Row has a secret.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying I am not shaming anyone. God damn it, it went away.
Damn it.
God damn it, I gotta find it again. I got too many windows open. Yeah, I lost it. Damn it to hell.
Oh, hold
This
on.
was probably the funniest. It's probably the
I got it right here.
All right, give me a second. All right, share your screen. Where's Virgil love? No, Virgil was not. There was no love for Virgil on this Black History Month. Are you going to share your screen, Julie?
Yeah, hold on one second.
So let me paint the picture. Black Excellence is a Instagram page that celebrates Black wrestlers. My husband is mixed. He celebrates the first 14 days. Oh man. So okay. Let me paint the picture while Julian's putting it together. Black Wrestling Excellence celebrates Black wrestlers, and they do it to Black Wrestling 500, things like that. So they posted a picture, and the picture stated, well, let me wait till Julian puts it up before I continue, because it's okay, there it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I put the stream up, let me tell you. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put it up. Fuck it.
So this says Black Wrestling Alliance Culture Assemble, celebrating the top male talent in the top promotions in pro wrestling: WWE, NXT, AEW, Impact, and MLW. And they do collab and they give it kind of references. All right, so this is the top male talent that we have.
Wait. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, he said the top male Black wrestlers in all these promotions. Go for it, Julian.
We got Big E, we got Dawkins, we got Kofi,
we got Dante and Darius Martin.
We got the Martin brothers, we got MVP, we got Top Dollar and B-Fab.
One of these is not like the other. I'm going to say that. The comments. It's the comments for me. The comments was like, why didn't you put Jake Cargill here? Why didn't you put, and one dude goes, because if you read, it says Black male wrestlers. And I was like, my comment was, B-Fab. That's all I said. So.
Someone said, where's our truth?
The comments. It's the comments for me. Someone said, where's John Cena?
You just can't see him. Yeah, where's Sasha? So it was like, where's Sasha? Where's Naomi? Where's so-and-so? Because this is all the male talent. Why is B-Fab in here?
That's all I kept saying. I commented like 3 times. I was like, why isn't Vince on there? Why isn't Vince on there? The same reason Hulk is not on there.
Brother.
Oh, man. This shit had me dying.
Where's Craig Pittman?
Yo, someone said, why wasn't the Usos on there? And they said the Usos weren't on there because they're Samoan. And then dude was like, then why the fuck is The Rock on there? He said, one dude said, The Rock's half black, half Samoan. And some dude goes,
Here we go.
People, man, this is the shit I'm talking about. Oh, man.
Where's our truth? Unfortunately, they didn't get everybody to clearly. He's a part of the group in spirit. Okay, so where's Scripps?
Where's Durag Vince?
Okay, there's Shelton.
What is Carmelo?
Is Apollo Crews in here?
MVP. There's your boy Omar. Apollo Crews up here. He's next to Jay Lethal, who's next to Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, there he is.
No Cedric Alexander, though.
Correct.
They got Scorpio Sky on there. AR Fox. Kofi over here in the corner.
So is that supposed to be G's next to Keith Lee? Or is that supposed to be Swerve? No, that couldn't be Swerve.
I don't know who that is.
And then who was that next to him? Is that Damian Priest?
No. We'll look at
or is that Commander Aziz?
Yo, one dude was mad at Ricky Starks was on there. Cody. Cody should be front and center. I mean, he is the man into racism.
Where's Teddy
Shane
Lowe?
Taylor's down there. Shane Taylor's down there. But the point of this whole poster, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that this is the top male wrestlers
And B-Fab right there.
and B-Fab's on there.
And B-Fab.
So I don't know if they're trying to
I
fucking tell
think
us,
there's
but
a storyline coming that just got leaked.
yeah. Somebody actually leaked the storyline. Don't know. So yeah, let's get to the next match. Let's end this fucking fiasco of a match.
Hey, so quick question. Do you feel that Asuka was supposed to blow the blue mist?
I wanted her to blow the mist in her face.
I know we've brought this up before, guys, and we talk about this and how culturally biased WWE can be.
Mm-hmm.
But Asuka was doing the creepy Japanese walk.
She was doing the 89, 90 Great Muda. The fucking 90, the 93, 94 to Jerry.
Yeah.
That's why I think
Vince say choppy pee. I'm good,
bro. This is why I think Vince McMahon is back booking the fucking show. Because this is Vinceisms.
For this show in particular, I would believe that shit.
I would fucking believe it. All the squash matches, Bobby Lashley coming out here squashing people, fucking
Rick Boogs moving out.
Yeah, Rick Boogs and this was not a Triple H show. Candice was backstage and she confronted fucking what's her name? A lot of backstage promos too. Because she said many backstage promos tonight.
She said Nikki Cross has been stalking her for the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, there's this 3-second gap of interaction that, hey, Nikki, I need to know, why are you following me?
And she goes,
no, I have to go.
Have you ever watched that show, that movie Pitch Perfect?
Yes.
You know the little Asian girl that like that?
Yes.
That's what fucking Nikki Cross did tonight. She said, I was like, what the fuck did she just say?
Yeah. And
this whole show was
like,
back.
Oh, she said something about all her friends being gone. She's really lonely. I'll be back. Okay,
so what? I don't understand how she said all of that with the. I was like, what? Okay, that was the setup for Sanity. I can totally see that. All her friends are gone. Eric Young's been signed to WWE for fucking like 3 months. Killian Dane, her husband, might come back. Who knows? But this show was fucking dumb.
That backstage segment took about entirely 10, 20 seconds too long. that it should have been condensed. And Nikki Cross just being creepy was so. For example, Nikki Cross just had a match where she was like really going back and forth with Asuka, and now she's backstage just creeping around being creepy.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's this is one of those things that gets so convoluted that you just sit there and you're like, I don't fucking understand. And they're not taking the time to help us understand.
Correct.
Because they're giving all these segments 30 seconds, 45 seconds. You know, it's like, okay, you gave it 45 seconds, but that's 45 seconds of nothing. Like nothing is going on, nothing is progressing, nothing is, okay, you know what the problem was that the Bloodline got everyone so high that they didn't notice the booking wasn't really. You know what, Sinner? I fucking 100% agree. We've been talking about the Bloodline being so big, the Sammy storyline, the KO thing, the Jey Uso turning on the Bloodline. Yeah. This story has been so big that we didn't realize that there was nothing fucking else.
So I think we talked about this before, and the hope was that, I mean, literally, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, either this Bloodline storyline never ends, which was the problem with NWO, or you've really got to at least sprinkle the seeds for other storylines while this one is maturing, so that when this one ends, you have one or two. I mean, because the Bloodline didn't happen overnight. It really took a long time, and people really didn't like it until the whole Sami Zayn part of it started taking place.
Because there was no variety.
And then they decided to really, I mean, without Sami Zayn, this would have been about Jey Uso turning on Roman. And that part of it would have been less exciting because, I don't know. Actually, they could have made it very exciting. Because then you would have had Jimmy in the middle along with Solo, like, what do we do? Who do we side with? And you could have made a great storyline of that.
I mean, they still might.
But with Sammy, you have this foreigner inserting himself into your family who's actually the one that's causing the disturbance.
Actually, I did hear about Dan Closser Sr. I talked about that earlier on the show.
And so that, and Sammy being a sympathetic figure, really, and just his interactions. I mean, they get the acting between the acting he did, the acting Jay did, just everybody on board in the storyline was just phenomenal. So it really drove this thing forward. They had all the right players at the right time. That's the thing. They had all the right players at the right time doing their part. So this whole storyline came off well. They just need to invest the same writing into some other characters to kind of have that to roll with when the Bloodline storyline starts coming to an end.
They didn't give it an opportunity to grow. That's another thing too. Instead of giving it an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, hey, you know what? We have this storyline that can fucking blossom into something magnificent. They just, whatever. We painted ourselves into a corner. Now let's see if we can figure it out. Any good person that any good promoter or booker or whatever, whatnot, storyline writer, television, movies, you write the ending first.
Yeah. So, for example, we're kind of laughing and shitting on this whole Brock Lesnar versus Omos thing, but this really could be part of this whole Hurt Business storyline that they've been kind of sprinkling, working with for the last number of months. Could be.
I can see that happening. I will be excited for that to happen.
Yeah.
But honestly, the way the booking is right now, the way the stories are being told, I don't see it happening now.
Here's a reason why I think it may be happening. And number one, The Bloodline is a SmackDown storyline. As
Yeah.
much as they try to make it bleed over to Raw, it's a SmackDown storyline. Quite honestly, Raw has no storyline. They got Cody. Shit, they just got Cody. I mean, Cody just got back. So you just got Cody. And there's no real storyline going on with the women's tag belts. I mean, that just happened tonight. Very sloppy.
We'll talk about that too, because I want to get in deep with that too.
Very sloppily bad. And then you just have the natural storyline of the pursuit of the women's championship, because it's Mania. What are you gonna do? Not defend it? So you've got, I don't know if she's a babyface or a heel, Asuka. You got challenger Asuka going after champion Bianca Belair, and we haven't established, who should I cheer for, who should I boo for, or boo at, or should this just be an athletic competition? I mean, that's fine. Aside from that, you ain't got nothing else. You got Otis and Maximum Male Models. I mean, I'm sure Shane loves that one. He'll appreciate that one, but that's going nowhere, really slow. You got Mustafa Ali. And that's about it on Raw. Well, you got Boogs and
we got a couple of things. Let's do this. Let's take another quick break so we can bring in Big Money Drew, who's at the gym clanging and banging like he's Hulk Hogan. Except he ain't racist. And Drew did go see the return of Bray Wyatt. Extreme Rules. Just to put it out there for center. Yeah. We will be right back. Let's actually do a commercial this time.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules...
You want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Money Drew in the house.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Money Drew.
Can you guys hear me good?
We can hear you. We also can hear them.
Y'all the elliptical?
There's music playing, like almost right next to me. Can you hear it?
Let music play.
Yes, we can, Drewski. Yes, we can.
Oh, darn.
It's all right.
Yep.
Curses.
All right. Well, if it's just obstructive, obviously, I can't do anything about it. So,
No, you're good.
you're okay. It's okay.
Well, Center says he's here. And I told Center that you may be at the gym right now, but you did see Bray Wyatt appear at Extreme Rules.
Take a shot, you bastard. Anyway, yeah, you can hear me over the music though, or is it like
yes,
too
we can hear you.
Okay.
So did you watch Monday Night Raw?
For the most part, yes, I did. Actually.
Okay. So right now we're talking about the the debacle with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Becky Lynch
Oh man.
and Lita are challenging for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And
Imagine that.
sadly, we can hear you, Drew. Said it was cold-blooded.
They definitely knew what they were doing with these storylines the whole time, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did. I totally disagree with the way this whole thing happened. The whole Ding Dong Hello show. The way
Oh, I love the Ding Dong Hello show.
Nah, I love
Don't you dare disparage that.
I love Bailey 1010%. I just think that the way they did the show, the way they embarrassed the tag team champions, Lita and Becky Lynch, like they said they were going to challenge for the titles. They wanted to go into WrestleMania as champions. So we're going to have a situation where Damage Control loses the belts and then win them back at WrestleMania, like they did when they lost the belts, and then went to Clash at the Castle and won them back a week later.
Hassle at the castle?
Yeah, Clash with the Hassle.
So it's okay for the women's tag champs to change before WrestleMania, but not Roman Reigns' titles to change before WrestleMania.
Correct.
Apparently.
Well, we don't want to give the people what they want, apparently.
I was really thinking, because I know you guys were just talking about the Bloodline stuff before I popped on. I was a fan of what happened on Saturday with that whole story. But then I thought about it more. And, I think it goes a lot along the lines of like what you guys were saying just now, where they've never known how to end this thing. And that's the main issue that I've had with regular WWE booking, whether it's Triple H or Vince McMahon in charge. They don't book backwards, they book forward. And they don't know where the conclusion is. So they're just booking week to week to get to a pay-per-view to decide whether they want to extend it to the next pay-per-view or end it at that pay-per-view. And that's been a huge problem with WWE's booking with me, because I agreed with some people in our space through wrestling Twitter and whatnot that originally I liked the way that they ended Elimination Chamber, but after thinking about it again, I'm kind of not liking. Well, so originally I thought the inaction of Jey Uso was itself an action and was an okay thing to book for the show. But then I thought about it, and I was just like, they might as well. The more I thought about it, I was like, that crowd and pretty much everybody that I know, us, Fightful, Love Wrestling, all of Twitter, pretty much had booked the same thing to go down on Saturday, which was Kevin Owens is off TV the entire time. Jey Uso is teasing, I don't know if I want to stay with the Bloodline, if I want to leave the Bloodline, I don't like what you did with Sammy, whatever. Sammy is going to be in that match. He's going to have a hard-fought match. And then Jey Uso is going to come and cost him. And then Kevin Owens is going to come back and save Sammy. And that's the program for WrestleMania. The Usos versus Sammy and Kevin Owens.
When we didn't get that hug, I was so fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
But not only did we not get that hug, we didn't get the turn on Sammy by Jey Uso. We got nothing.
So, to me, it's like, what time is it? It's 9:13, okay. It's like watching an adult movie. And just when you're about to get to the finish, the movie ends.
No, they just say, go to this website to buy the full clips online for $5.99.
Wow, Julian.
You know what? Julian's right, sadly.
No, realistically though, I started watching this thing on Facebook one time. This video, this couple, Austin and Allie, and Austin was doing this funny little, you know what I'm talking about. Austin doing this
Yeah.
funny little thing like, oh yeah, well, I can't wait to hold you in my hand, my arms. And then the girl goes, what did you say? Hey, we should go see a koala at the zoo, you know? And then at the end of the whole little funny little spiel, it was like, hey, Allie, will you be my, and then it goes for the next, to find out what happens, click on this YouTube link. Then you click on the link and now you're fucking invested in their whole goddamn story for like 6 years, their whole fucking story. And you never get the answer, but you're invested in everything else. That's what this fucking storyline did to me. It had me invested so much where people were like, we were all at the edge of our seats, like, oh my God, please don't turn on Sammy. Please don't turn on Sammy. And then when the Bloodline turned on Sammy, we were like, oh God, oh God, oh God, it's happening, it's happening. We were so invested in this storyline over the last like 5 months on this show. Yeah, we were sad, like in tears when the storyline happened, when it was over, and then turned on Sammy, and we knew Sammy was in this match. The whole country of Canada was excited. And I told you guys, when me and Julian did our predictions, I said, Sammy's going to get his ass whooped.
Oh,
KO's
yeah.
going to come down, and they're going to hug it out. And that's going to be because Sammy's not winning the title. But he's going to get that big hug.
Roman is going into Mania as champ.
And then they kept showing Sammy's wife, and then Sammy's kid, and then Sammy's father. And I'm like, Sammy's going to fucking lose. But Kevin Owens is going to come and save him. And what's better than not winning the championship? Winning your best friend back. That would have been like the Notebook. That would have been like fucking Sleepless in Seattle. That would have been like any other like love story. Romeo and Juliet. Any other love story you ever fall in love with. That would have been it for you.
So let me interject. Let me interject for a moment, because while I was not okay with both inaction from Jey Uso and no, embrace and just cheer and joy and wonderfulness from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn joining up again, what I did like was tonight's promo at the start of the show, where Kevin Owens explained, I feel like in one of the most natural, just like human ways of why you wouldn't really go to help somebody who just betrayed you. And I really liked that explanation from him of like, I didn't save you for you. I saved you for your family. I saved you for my family. I saved you so that this way they didn't have to see you suffer the way my family saw me suffer. And why did my family see me suffer? Because you didn't do anything to help me. So I actually liked that explanation. So I'm fine now with Kevin Owens not having embraced him at Elimination Chamber. But that doesn't excuse the inaction from Jey Uso. And in fact, what makes it worse for me now is that Sami speared Jey. Because we all know what that's going to lead to. And it's a tired trope in wrestling that I can't stand, of the accidental spear, the accidental move is going to cause the person who took the move to become stupid and think that the person who did the move did it on purpose. I can't stand that trope. And it's the only way that Triple H could see booking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos at WrestleMania, instead of just going, well, you know what? Jey Uso has been conflicted, but has always stood at Roman's side, no matter what. So even though he was a fan of Sami being in the Bloodline after all, at the end of the day, he has to answer to Roman Reigns. He doesn't answer to Sami. He doesn't answer to Kevin Owens. So why now is he doing nothing? Okay, yeah, he didn't attack Sami for Roman, but he didn't attack Roman for Sami. He did nothing. And John Alba, who I love, John Alba's a wonderful human being. I had a little bit of a conversation with him on Twitter about this yesterday before I really understood how I felt about this, where he said that the inaction was action, and it's about showing the seeds of doubt in Jay's mind. But the problem now that because everything with perspective is always hindsight's always 2020 or whatever they say. Jay Uso still has the tag title, so
Sure
what is he
does.
gonna do? He's just gonna turn on the Bloodline with the tag title, or he's
Well, keep in
gonna.
mind, he did that. He left them, and then he
But he
still
left
came
them.
and defended the tag title with his brother, and then left again. So I
But
don't think
I'm not. I think what I've realized now is that there a bulk of the story that has revolved around the Bloodline, and now I'm going to bring it back full circle. The story with the Bloodline from the start in 2020 has never actually had an ending planned. It's always booking week to week, pay-per-view to pay-per-view. Oh, this is getting really hot, so we got to continue it somehow. So every time Kevin Owens faces Roman Reigns, the Usos have to get involved in every stipulation and make sure that he never wins, even though multiple times, pretty much in every feud that Roman Reigns has had since becoming champion, he's gotten pinned, but there's been a ref bump, so there's no recap. Or there's been an interference that the ref didn't see, so they didn't get disqualified. And that's pretty much what happened in every single Roman Reigns match since 2020. It's really sad when you think about it. Like, this is the only way that they can book the storyline is by an interference or a ref bump or, some sort of a thing happening that Roman Reigns ends up retaining. It's kind of crazy when you think about
That's
3
the way-
years of storyline.
that's the way their booking has always been. It's always been some shady shenanigans when it comes
Hey,
to
when he stacked and pinned
Bryan Danielson.
Edge and Daniel Bryan, was there shenanigans in that match?
Yeah.
Yep. I think Charles Robinson was the referee in that match. And somebody knocked into him.
Yep.
Okay.
There's always shenanigans in those matches, man. That's the whole.
Shenanigans.
So
And
what I'm going to do.
I don't technically hate shenanigans. But if you're going to do it in every single match.
Yeah, that's the problem. When it's too overplayed, like, dude, I mean, it's like okay, so a good friend of the channel often talks about doing these what do you do? Simon Miller does this thing called ups and downs on his podcast. It's ups and downs. Well, on this ups and downs, he literally counted how many times the WWE did the roll-up finish.
Oh, yeah.
He literally counted how many times the WWE did a ref bump and a disqualification. And literally got 300 fucking disqualification victories in a year. In a year. There's like 365 days in a year. So can you imagine? That's like 2 to 3 disqualifications on every fucking show. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. When you keep doing it over and over and over again, it's like missionary. Over and over again. No one likes that. No one likes that shit. So people start falling off. That's why when AEW came about and the whole no disqualifications and shit, it's like, how many times you see somebody get disqualified in AEW? Hardly ever. So people were excited about that shit. This Raw booking has turned into Vince McMahon is booking the WWE again, in my opinion.
Sure.
That's how I feel.
Sadly, I can't disagree with that.
Like with the main event, the United States title match, Edge versus Austin Theory. We knew Austin Theory was going to retain the title. John Cena's coming back in Boston. They recorded a segment to where Austin Theory is talking about the champ is here, the champ is here. They're going to start airing these segments that they've been recording.
Yeah.
To basically foreshadow John and like throughout the whole match, The whole promo, he's talking about John Cena this, John Cena that. Dude, you're facing Edge tonight. Why are you worried about fucking John Cena? But he's talking about that. So this foreshadowing is ridiculous. I'm going to end the show on this note when it comes to this. Predictability sucks. It takes all the excitement out of everything. If you can predict the Super Bowl, would you
Not all
watch
the
it?
time, though.
If you can predict the World Series, if you can predict the NBA Finals, would you watch it? If you knew, like for instance, I'm watching an episode of The Flash, one of my favorite TV shows. Barry goes into the future and comes back, and he has his book of things that he wrote down. The show is called The Wednesday Always. And it's because Barry and Iris will wake up, and it's Wednesday. It's basically Groundhog's Day over and over again. She's not going to answer like she was going to get offered money to buy, another part of her business to make her business grow. And she didn't like the fact that Barry was telling her, hey, this is our future. Everything that's going to happen is in this book. And she's like, why can't we just live our life and enjoy it? Why is everything predictable? See what I'm saying? Predictability fucking ruins everything. I got to take a phone call for you. 1 second, guys.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes predictability is okay. Like, there's been a bunch of storylines where it's just been predictable, and I've just been like, okay, you know what? I 100. I think we all pretty much unanimously picked Cody to win the men's rumble and Rhea to win the women's rumble. We all knew that was going to happen, and it was entertaining. It didn't bother me that they won because I picked those people to win. So it didn't bother me that they won. Now, Cody coming out at 30 wouldn't have done that. But still, I mean, I thought those matches were great and they were predictable and we knew who was going to win. But yeah, just like you can't, there's ways to do predictable. And a lot of the time, unfortunately, WWE doesn't do it the right way.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, while we're here, I want to bring someone on. We discussed it earlier on the show. Me and Julian actually did a 10 bell. But I want to bring her on because I'm going to talk about her father, Dan Closser, legendary Portland wrestling promoter. So I'm going to bring Deb on right now. Deb, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It kind of sucks having the show under these circumstances, but I wanted to bring you on, give you the opportunity to kind of, put your dad over, so to speak. That's one way I can really put it. We talked about it earlier, and you and I talked on the phone actually about it on Facebook yesterday about it. But I talked about it about how when I first moved to Oregon 15 years ago, your dad was like one of the main people that helped me become a parent. You know what I mean? And I owe him a lot. I owe him a lot for that. So I want to kind of give you an opportunity to say some things about your dad and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So the floor is yours.
Well, as anybody listening knows, that my dad before he ever started wrestling, he was a Portland wrestler himself. And unfortunately, he didn't get to go far like Buddy Rose and his friends before him because he broke both of his wrists and was forced to retire. But he's always had a passion. He's always had a love. And I remembered watching every bit of it with him growing up. And then when he decided to start his own promotion, it was the coolest thing on earth. And for me, it was like the end of the world to me because I've watched it. My dad was a wrestler, and here he is owning a promotion now. And then he was tickled pink when his daughter, who he didn't think would want to be a part of it, begged and pleaded to start wrestling, and then he let me.
I remember we tried to keep you out of it.
And it was fun. It was so much fun. I mean, everybody over the years, they saw a really gruff old man, very hard. But that was his passion coming out. He wanted things a certain way. He wanted the best show for the guys. He wanted the best turnout for the guys, not just himself, but for the guys performing. He wanted it worth their while. And anything a guy needed, you didn't have to ask him twice. He was there. All of you guys were like his kids. And he loved each and one of you, no matter how much a lot of you guys got underneath his skin sometimes. But
True.
and anybody who does know my dad outside of wrestling knew that man was just a big old grizzly teddy bear. That was it. I'm
we just
happy
consider
he's in a better place now. He's at peace. I know he's fishing right now before he plans his next wrestling show up there. I mean, he's with Freeman now. He's with his buddies that have passed. And he's sitting there picking each and every one properly, putting them where he wants them.
He's probably talking shit with Matt Bourne.
Probably.
I told everybody about the story about how Matt Bourne stole my Rivera jacket and hid it in a locker at the bowling alley. What I didn't tell people was that was after a Milwaukee Elks Lock show with NWA. They did that. So your dad meant a lot to a lot of people. And like I said earlier, me and Dad didn't always see eye to eye, but I respected the shit out of that man because he didn't have to do what he did for me. You have to do what he did for a lot of people. And a lot of people in this industry don't understand, like, being a wrestling promoter, being a wrestling booker, being someone behind the scenes is a lot harder. And you have to be totally unbiased. You get being a booker, being an owner of a wrestling company, you get the most heat, you get the most hatred because everyone wants to talk shit. Everyone wants this, everyone wants that. And what they're not realizing is it's not about me, it's about the business. It's about putting asses in seats for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And over years, that has been one of my toughest hurdles. And I know for a fact that's one of your dad's biggest hurdles. Getting around people not realizing that it wasn't anything personal. That it's just about the business. It's not about pushing myself or pushing my kids or pushing my favorites. It's about what's going to put asses in the seats for everybody. So I respect your Jack for that.
Oh yeah, and that's sadly what a lot of the guys fail to realize is, yeah, he reamed your ass for a good solid 30 minutes, but all he ever asked for was push yourself and push your product. Make those fans want to see you. And if you don't do that, what are you doing?
Exactly. If you can't sell 5 seats, if you can't get 5 people to come watch you wrestle, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. And I wish everybody understood that instead of, oh, he's an ass. Well, yeah, but how many times did he ask you to do promos or do something, and you slacked off and didn't do it or refused to do it? Like, he tried. Don't get mad at him when it didn't turn out the way you wanted it.
True statement. Very true statement. I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Julian, we say this all the time. I've lost a lot of friends in the last couple of months on this. We talk about it on the podcast all the time. Don't give them their flowers when they're gone. Do it when they're fucking here.
Correct.
Because when they're gone, they're gone. But do it when they're fucking here. And I saw I posted something and a couple other people posted something, and everyone's like, "Oh, sorry for your loss, and this and that." Don't be sorry for the loss. Be sorry that you didn't respect the person while they were here. That you didn't give them their props while they were here. Because those words are just, in my opinion, they're empty. I know that sounds pretty shitty to say, but it's honest.
No, it's not. I honestly agree with you. my mama, she's sitting right here next to me, and she says, "Thank you, honey," from the bottom of my heart.
You give her a hug for me because I can't hug my mom anymore. So please hug yours.
I will.
And I will say
But
this: I'm glad I made my peace with Dan years ago because I don't ever want to go to bed upset or angry with someone because I might not wake up. And the last thing I want for someone is to be like, "Fuck, he was such an asshole," or "Fuck, I wish I would have said sorry." I never want that. So, if you guys are listening, you guys are watching, and I know a lot of people are going to watch this show later on because we make like a lot of views late at night from different countries. So if you're watching in fucking Bangladesh, which apparently is a hot spot for us, Julia, I didn't tell you that, but
How
apparently
about that?
we got 300 views in Bangladesh the other night, which is
Man, maybe I'll have to pack up and go visit there one day soon.
so they got fucking TVs in Bangladesh. I don't know, but apparently they do. So thank you for watching us over there too. But like I always say this, and I try to end the show by saying these things. Man, just be nice, love each other, man, because tomorrow is not promised. You never know. You never fucking know. So, just open your eyes, open your ears, open your heart, and remember that tomorrow's not promised. Anything you want to add to that, Julian?
No thoughts and prayers. Say it right now. Say it out loud.
What about you, Big Money Drew, at the gym, hanging and banging?
Yeah, sorry, I was keeping myself muted so that before that lovely words could be said without any clanging, banging of music. So, obviously, I'm not from you guys' area. I'm not really even that versed in indie stuff, but I do know this. What I can always say about somebody who's talked so highly. We need passionate people in any type of a business, like this man that everyone is talking so highly of, and that I always appreciate. I can always appreciate the passion and the dedication to wrestling, to whatever business. So for that, I say rest in peace, and I'm very happy that there was a man like this in wrestling that helped so many.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. We will see you guys on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for what, Julian?
Oh, we're doing trivia night.
That is your line. That is your line, Julian.
We're doing trivia night. And, what are we doing? We're doing Mania edition? We're doing, or are we going to be doing, no, we might do the tag team edition. We'll see. Just show up and show out. How about that?
I'm your reigning, defending.
Got plenty of trivia for you.
Champion, so pretty sure Sinner didn't want to hear that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. For everyone on this beautiful panel, have a good night. Go hug someone. Tell them you love them. Peace.